From the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker, we're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
And so begins another week. My name is John Crump. If you don't know who I am, you should. If you don't, you suck. But that's just what I like to say. We are sponsored by Tusk. Tusk is a cryptocurrency focused on the firearms market, even though Rich doesn't know how to use his account, apparently.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind, with 3-second processing times. It's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards. It's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
And of course, they're sponsored by Black Swan Tactical, which is my t-shirt shop where you can get the awesome Black Swan Media t-shirt. You can get patches. This one just dropped today. This is the BWE patch. Dropped today. It is out today. All our patches are limited edition. Most times it's between 80 and 100. They're always 100, but we only release like 80. Then we give away like 20 usually. There's 70 of these left, so we sold like 10 today. We also have the Flying Rich patch as well, the Kamikaze Rich, because Rich crashes planes. So go ahead and check us out. We have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts and a bunch of other cool stuff. Anti-influencer, the Uncool, Team Uncool, which is our new lineup that we're going to be unveiling. So go ahead and check us out at Black Swan Tactical.
Black Swan Tactical, your number one source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
And of course, you can join the Patreon militia at patreon.com/John Crump. We also have a join button below where you can do that. I want to thank JSD Supply. JSD Supply makes this show happen. JSD Supply sells some really sick ass slides, 80% kits. They also sell a SIG P320 kit, which is insane. I run that a lot, and it works flawlessly. So go ahead over to JSD Supply and check it out. And we will be doing a meetup sponsored by JSD Supply in December. So that's going to be really, really cool. I want to thank JSD Supply, of course. So let me go ahead and introduce my co-host and then also bring on our guest of the day. Hi, Rich.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Wonderful. It's been a while since we've talked, so it's good to catch up with you.
Like 5 times today. Jesus. How are you doing?
Wonderful, John. Wonderful. Now that you fixed my life, we're good.
Yeah, you're a computer guy and you can't figure that out. Never mind. And Rich, by the way, there you go. That's your crashing sound.
John.
And let's go ahead and bring on Jessica from Eclipse Holsters. Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Great. Oh, my apologies.
Uh-oh. Good. I'm not the only one that doesn't mute their phone.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Rich.
It's gonna happen again. I'm gonna have to mute it one more time. Sorry.
That's all right. Rich always. Damn, you must have really good business.
Yeah. Right at the wrong time. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm used to it with Rich.
Got it.
Thanks, John.
I do see Gorillas and Guns out there. Before we get started, tomorrow night we have a bonus episode. So we got a regular episode. Then tomorrow night we're going to be covering the Virginia elections. Since we spent $106,000 on the Virginia elections,
Calls will not be answered.
Got it.
you tell him if the telephone guy. Plus, we spent $106,000 on the Virginia election, so we're going to be
Wow.
covering them. Yeah. Yeah. We want to win.
More or less than George Soros.
He probably spent us a lot, but we're a small little nonprofit, so whatever.
Cool.
Um,
So Jessica,
we-
where are you? Where's your company located?
We're in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Virginia. Okay, then you're
wanna
more
do
than you're more than welcome to come on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I never got the chance to tell. That special episode will be on at 10 o'clock, and now we'll be having Gorillas and Guns, who's also located in Virginia. So you're a Virginia company.
We are. We originally were an Alaskan company, but I moved to America, and we're in Virginia now. So.
Okay. Are you a GOA industry partner?
No.
You should be, because it costs you nothing. All it is cross promotion.
Okay. I'm gonna write this down as you're chatting.
I'll get you on the list. But
Yeah, get me on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, when we send out emails, we're like, hey, these are our partners, and basically it's to say, hey, these are the no compromise companies, because we're kind of selective. So it's not like a regular partnership program where you pay all this money and become a partner. This is you're a partner because you believe in like gun rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's good for you, but it's also good for our members so they know.
Okay.
Who,
I would love the information on that for sure. Yeah.
all right, I'll get you hooked up with it.
Okay.
What's that?
I could fit right in.
Yeah.
And John is the Virginia director of GOA.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I talk about GOA a lot. Let me ask you guys, before we get into guns and about your company, I saw something right before I came on here. What do you think about Biden falling asleep at the climate change thing and had to be woken up by an aide?
I can't blame him for falling asleep. Why would you stay awake for that?
I don't know. They had to have an aide come over and wake him up.
Is that like when Bill Clinton fell asleep during, what was it, one of the DNC meetings?
I don't know, man.
I don't remember that, but it's quite embarrassing.
All right.
Yeah, I think Chelsea had to tap him on the shoulder because he was like,
What about Biden pooping his pants? Okay, whatever. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into your company. So you own a holster company.
I do. Yep.
well, Jessica's got a great origin story. Can you tell us how you started out and why?
That was my next question, Rich.
Yeah.
But thank you for interrupting me.
Sure. Yeah.
What am I here for?
Eclipse has been around for about 8.5 years, and I did not intend to own a holster company. I just really needed a holster. About 8 years ago, I got the M&P Shield. It was the first gun that I had ever owned. I actually didn't really know anything about guns. I just really wanted to learn safety. And I was given this gun and I took it to the range, and I didn't expect to like shooting. I didn't expect to like any of it. I absolutely fell in love with shooting. I was giddy and couldn't get enough of it. And so that led me to needing a holster. And so I searched on the internet for a holster for the M&P Shield. It was brand new at the time, and I could not find a holster. Finally, I found somebody who could make it, but he told me it would be 4 months. And so I ordered and was very impatient, and I couldn't understand why would it take 4 months. So I started thinking, how in the world do you make a holster? How do you make one? So I Googled, how do you make a holster? And I watched enough videos where I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make my own. I think I can just do it. So I spent $1,000 on equipment to make my own book press, bought I heated Kydex in a toaster oven. I mean, this is very, very old school. And in less time than it took for my order to process with this company, I had made myself a holster. It was ugly, but it held my gun. And I canceled my order and I had a holster. And so then I took it to the range and other people said, "Where'd you get that Kydex holster?" And my husband told me at the time, he said, "Don't tell anybody that you made that." He was a gun guy. He taught firearms. He was part of teaching firearms at the time. And he said, "I am not going to be the guy with the wife who's making holsters," because it was bad. But I was so excited about my holster that I started to like tell people, and they said, "Well, can you make me one?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I probably could." Oh, I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. But I kept making holsters and I accidentally built a whole business.
That sounds like something I would do, getting impatient for just building a business.
Had that guy sent me a holster immediately, or had I been able to find one on the market, there would be no Eclipse holsters. It was out of a need, and it wasn't out of me having incredible gun knowledge, me having this, this whole history that led me to this place of wanting to build holsters. But what it did was I met a need for myself, and then I started to see other people needed holsters, and then I got excited and I said, "I think I could keep doing this." And I decided to make a chart, like a temperature chart, and I put 100 slots. And I thought if I could sell 100 holsters to total strangers, and this was like back on eBay. I was on eBay. I don't even remember, word of mouth. And it took me 9 months. And I said, and I sold 100 holsters and built a company. And I didn't know how much I would love it. And now I cannot imagine life. I can't even remember myself without guns and Kydex surrounding me. But that
was sorry, I hit that a little bit too early. Yeah. I have benign tremors in my hand, and my fingers are on top of it, and I got like a tremor.
He's got an itchy trigger finger.
Yeah.
No, I have no, that's why I don't never put my trigger on the finger until I'm ready to shoot, because of my benign tremors. But I do see Jordan Vinrow out there. I was going to give him a Wolverines. Jordan Vinrow is the owner of JFD Supply. He's a great guy. He is the reason why our meetup is happening in Pennsylvania in December. So how many holsters do you make like a month?
Well, now we average, strictly for Eclipse holsters, we probably make about 3,500 a month.
Holy.
Yeah. But we actually white label for several. Yeah. And so we actually white label for several companies. And so we actually make their holsters as well and ship them out with their logos and things on them. And then we also have a supply company that we built through Eclipse. And we supply all the parts and pieces to other holster makers across the country. And in that, we have a service where we actually will make shells for them. So it's like the rough part of the holster before it's actually heated or bent or polished. But we will press it, and then we have CNC machines that are cutting our Kydex, after we've molded it. And so we have a pretty fast process, and so we can help a lot of other companies out with that. There's a lot going on.
I actually like watching your Instagram, because you show a lot of what's going on. So if you're kind of a tech geek and you like watching that stuff, that's very cool. Now, I got like 100 questions for you. First off, $1,000 into equipment because you couldn't wait? That's a lot of.
Again, my husband said, he was sweet and supportive. Not like he would tell me no, but also I really needed him to like, okay, but I had to buy a bandsaw. I had to build a book press. I had to buy a sander. I had to buy materials. And I was buying them at the worst price. $1,000 might be an exaggeration, but maybe like $800. I buy multiple pieces.
That's a lot of FU holster company money. That's
Mr. Jake the Great says, I like that story. She was like the Betsy Ross of holsters, but he wants to hear how no compromise you really are.
How no non-compromise
on gun rights, like GOA's non-compromise, like we don't like.
Yeah, It's not even a discussion. There is no compromise. It's not.
All right.
It's not something to be taken away. It's not. Yeah. It's
Well,
been earned.
there
It's
you
been
go.
paid for.
Well, there you go. How long ago
So-
did you start the company?
It's been 8.5 years. So 2012, I came out of the basement with my first holster and named it shortly thereafter, in between the time of when I was thinking, oh, I'll just do this for other people, and then deciding I could stay home, I could do this. And I have 4 kids. So at the time, I've loved that I could be home with my children pretty much the whole time that they've gone through, all through graduation. So this was for me something that I could do, and I wasn't making any money for a very long time, but I loved it. So I was doing something that I absolutely loved, and I had an M&P Shield. And for about 9 months, I still thought every gun was a Glock, even though I was making holsters for all the, I mean, the amount of stuff I didn't know, I did not know. Oh my goodness. I've learned a whole lot.
Shooting Gallery in New England, one of the other members of Team Uncool says he carries the Delta every day with his G19.
I
his
love
Glock
it.
19.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rich.
Oh, so
I'll just
all
let
right.
you run the interview. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. We can tag team. The first holster you made, how did you come up with the mold for that?
I watched YouTube videos, and that's how I learned how to heat and mold Kydex, and I used my real gun. And I built a book press. Then I got 2 pieces of foam, and I actually put popsicle sticks, taped them up on my gun. Didn't do it right. I didn't do it correctly because I got the gun in, but couldn't get it out because I didn't know I was supposed to build up around the ejection port. I mean, there was so much I didn't know. But I watched enough to know that you don't put a real gun in a book press without having an empty mag in it. I learned a lot of early holster makers actually crushed their magwells by putting it in between 2 pieces of hot Kydex. So I've learned everything the wrong way. I just didn't learn that one the wrong way. But yeah, I mean, YouTube.
So, because I hear people, you got to have a blank, either somebody CNC cuts it for you.
Yeah.
And because you got to figure.
You had the blue gun still.
I would love to pick up a gun. But you have an object. If you mold it like this and expect to pull it out that way, you have to have this area relieved.
That's exactly right. I was thinking I might have a blue gun in here, but yeah, you have to, every part of that goes down on a gun, any type of dip down, you have to build up because you need it to come out completely smooth out, when you draw it. So there's companies now that make what we call drones, or the molds. They're already pre-molded for holster makers. Everything has already been done for you to include building up the sight channel. And there's a lot in the industry now that was not there 8 years ago. I was making my own belt loops. Things were just really different. It's incredible how far this industry has come in just the time period that I've been on board. So
DLD After Dark, I'm going to send you the link and the password to get into the Hunter Biden laptop tonight. So, yeah,
John has a copy.
I'm not actually joking. He's gonna help me go through it. My first article probably come out tomorrow or the next day about it.
Yeah, he's got a copy of Hunter Biden's laptop drive, and you don't want to see it.
Rich has seen some of it.
World's waiting on that one.
yeah. Rich has seen some of it, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Wow.
Yep.
All right, Chris Bullis wants to know how much your holsters sell for.
Hi, Chris. Our holsters start at $60. We offer specialty prints, so we have a couple things that are a little bit unique. There are a lot of people that do custom prints, but we really specialize in it, and so those can be an additional upcharge. But $60 will get you any of our inside the waistband or outside the waistband holsters. We also have a section on our website that's called the garage sale tab, and that is where we are constantly rotating holsters that we either used for promo videos, pictures, something, to where they're brand new, but we just need to sell them. And those are all at 50% off. And always in there, you will find the pedigree in black carbon fiber. So Glock 19, Glock 43, SIG 365, and those are all 50% off. There's just quick sales because we know everybody needs them and needs them quick. And everything ships within 3 days, but our garage sale items ship immediately.
So that's the other thing. I'm glad you mentioned the garage sale. So I've got a drawer full of holsters that I don't use for the most part. And what I think is great about
yeah, I do.
So if you get a holster from Eclipse and for whatever reason you don't like it, you can send it back, right?
Well, our company lifetime guarantee, it doesn't matter, because what I don't want to be is a holster in somebody's box. I'd rather just have them say, I don't want it. And I'm so fine with that. I also believe in our product that much. And the companies that I like, they have my loyalty for life, are companies that operate that same way. So I treat our customers the way that I want to be treated when I shop. We've had holsters totally chewed up by dogs. We've had holsters melted on the floor of people's cars in Alaska, where they go from cold, they bring it in and it's blowing and they don't realize Kydec's going to melt it. Every summer, somebody from Florida sends me something back because it sat in their car all day and it literally unfolded. So, and it's just a yes. It's just always a yes from me. Yes, we'll take care of it. If they don't want the holster back, we'll find a way to give them some other gear, or we'll just refund it. I just feel like that's good business, and it's never burned us. We've only just been able to bless people. So I don't want to be in the bottom of somebody's box.
Because years ago,
in my box,
right?
So, yeah.
Years ago, for my LC9, I bought like a Kydex trigger guard, and they sent me a trigger guard for, I think it was like $5 on eBay, and they sent me the wrong one. They wanted me to send it back, which cost me $5, and I'm like, really, guys? You mess up, I gotta pay double.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it's our mistake, shoot. Sometimes I just tell people, do you know somebody else with that gun? Because you can give that one away and we'll send you a different one. I mean, you can't ever go wrong by doing the right thing.
Because my hesitation in doing, it's like, wow, if I can't see the holster, I might not like it. It might, but with that kind of guarantee, I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, let's order one. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So the other thing, I'll tell you a quick story. And I was watching a video of yours. I don't know if it was on Instagram. I think it was, it might've been the crew launch video. And like you're jumping up and down in front of the TV. I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
I actually was in the VIP section about this far from Richard Branson when Spaceship One went up for the first time.
Wow.
That's a whole other long story.
I'm jealous. Yeah. Yep.
And we hung out and went into the hangar where it was and stuck our heads in it.
Wow.
I believe him.
I did, because only space nerds talk like that. I believe you.
Wait, and the dumb thing was, my buddy and I were in the hangar because like right after they towed it back, there was all sorts of security. So we went to the diner and we hung out, and then it's like you walk right onto the field. But before, they had a whole bunch of security, and like an hour later they didn't. The dumb thing was Paul Allen. You figure Paul Allen has a whole entourage around him. He was just standing there alone. I was too nervous to go up and talk to him. My buddy went, "Hey, how'd it go? Boy, she flew real good today." I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
But your company's named Eclipse because you enjoy space.
Yes. I enjoy is a kind way of saying that I'm obsessed with it. And so anything that I can possibly link space to, which I find every way possible, I do. I was just born that way. I was born, I think by the age of 3, I just said, I want to be the first woman on the moon. Like that's really all I ever wanted to do. And so our products, I knew the name of the company had to be space related. My kids are named after astronauts. I mean, it goes real nerdy where I am. But even our products, like the Delta is named after the space shuttle wing. The space shuttle, the shape of the wing is called the Delta, and that's what we call our holsters that have wings. The Gemini is our two-toned outside the waistband holster. The Gemini was a two-man mission. I mean, I won't go on and on, but anyways, yeah, it's all in there.
Okay.
One day I'll be in space. I will tell you this. I will be the first holster maker in space. I am going to go because it's going to be too. I mean, it's possible now.
Should I call Elon?
Please,
Rich?
if you please.
You got Elon's phone number?
Yeah. Okay, I'll put you guys in a text message together.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that. That would help me out.
I do not know Elon Musk.
John knows everybody, though.
Well,
not Elon Musk, though. Gorillas and Gun wants to know what firearms you're making for.
Oh gosh, we have close to 85 makes and models on our website right now. We have all the pedigree ones that are the most common. We absolutely have, and we have them in every caliber, every frame. Everything that we do for the most part now is inside, outside, left, and right hand. I always show love to the lefties. Everything moving forward will always have lefty models. We do have a pretty long list of what we have coming up. And each time we do a new mold, we have to buy the gun, we 3D scan it, make a CAD file. And then our engineer, we actually create our molds out of aluminum at our machine shop. And then we have the trim happens on our CNC machine. So it's a pretty process rather than just molding off of a drone. So we definitely have a different process than a lot of holster makers, but it's consistent every time. And it allows us to, from start to finish, we can make a holster in about 8 minutes, like out the door, 8 minutes. So, we do not have the bullpup. Here I am saying we've got everything. Yeah.
Well, no.
Did somebody beat me to it?
Yeah. Somebody said, "Do you make one for a bullpup?" Asking for a friend.
Oh, that's Bacon. Okay.
Thank you for the super chat, Bacon. Goddamn Bacon with the super chat. Rich made a bullpup Glock.
34.
34. Also,
with a folding stock. Let's see. I can show this part that's not evil.
Yeah.
Are they EMP proof from Richard Monder, our friend from the Jolly Good England? I was going to say London just to piss him off, but
another internet buddy, the Tyven Show, claims that Glocks are not EMP proof because they put metal in with the plastic, and that if an EMP goes off, that the plastic will deteriorate.
That's not true. That's not how that works. That's not how any of that works. What the hell is he talking about?
So Tyven only has metal frame guns.
What? But that makes no sense whatsoever. All right, people like that you make it for the mechanics, but my mind is just I gotta call Tyven and see what the hell are you smoking. The Sirius holster is the best light bearing holster on the market.
Oh,
so comfortable.
So you make left-handed holsters for just about everything, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of in a progression stage of taking what even is older molding to us. It's still aluminum, but it's our first run, which was about 3 years ago, and we're moving it all into our new style of molding. And as we do that, everything includes a left-handed.
Oh, wow.
I would still say about 80% of everything that we make right now is also available in left-hand. But there are a few popular ones that we're in the process of working on. The Canic, the SIGs that we haven't yet gotten the full molding done yet.
Alan Powell wants to know, do you make lefty holster for like a 4 1/4 inch 2021 Colt Python inside the waistband?
I need to see if it fits our molding. I'd have to actually look at that one. Sometimes I have to look and see the way it's shaped to see if it'll fit in what we have. So you can email me and I'll let you know.
Do you plan on Zach says, do you plan on making a pocket holster?
If you're talking about the kind that has a little hook in it, we won't make those because of just the style of molding that we do. But we do our Ulti-Clip holster. If you have a small gun, the Ulti-Clip snaps on anything. You can literally put the holster in your pocket and clasp the ulti clip on the outside of your, like right on the pocket part of your pants, and that holster is not going anywhere. But when you draw, it may, it might not sit in place like the kind that have the little hook. But we don't have any plans of making that style.
And Gabriel wants to know, do Eclipse do cross draw holsters?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, any holster that you want to draw from, you can make a cross draw. Just opposite. Yeah.
We do an audio only. We upload the audio. I record it there, so that's why I read everything. If you want to know why I'm reading everything. Lynn Holt is going to throw his Glocks and cell phones in a microwave right before an EMP and solve the problem.
Because we all know whatever's inside a microwave during an EMP is now EMP proof.
Okay, I'm going to read this. You're not going to know what it means, and that's a good thing.
I was wondering if you're going to read that, John.
Will you ever get into PWEDC holsters? PW stands for prison wallet. You don't want to know.
Okay.
Don't even answer that one.
Don't answer.
You don't know what a prison wallet is?
I don't know what a prison wallet is.
You know how you smuggle stuff into a prison?
Oh, got it. Sure, yeah. That'll be comfortable.
That's a joke on Dark's channel, and he's got a patch coming out. It's like an X-ray of the hip area, and you see a revolver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming to my house for some reason. He's like, let me know when it gets there. I'll come pick it up. I'm like, why you send it to my house?
Because Dark's home is a secret.
I guess I know where it is. I'll tell. Okay.
Well, first off, John is in his mom's basement right now, and John's actual home has 24/7 armed security, and it's about 30 acres, and it's not even on the property maps. But he tells everybody else
acres.
that there's a CIA safe house in his neighborhood, and he shows us it.
I don't know who lives there or what the hell it is, but it's just it's okay. There's a house in my neighborhood, right? It's on 55 acres. It is the most secure house I've ever seen in my life. Like, you have like cameras on the road to show you what cars are coming up. You have like big gates. You have signs everywhere.
It's massively inconspicuous because every 6 feet on the yard, on the curb in front of the house, it says no trespassing. You're under camera surveillance. No trespassing. You're under. Wow. That's how you go incognito.
Yeah, they built a secondary road out of the house to a different road that tsunami connected.
You don't know who lives there?
No, but here's the weird thing. I've been doing research. I've been tracing like shell company after shell company after shell company. It's like this shell company on this shell company. So during this research, I go to pull back up to start my, to continue my research, and they removed it from the property maps.
Oh, wow.
It's like it's not even there anymore. I'm like, what the
hell?
No
fly zone overhead.
Oh yeah, you can't fly a drone. It's like geo-fenced off if you try to fly a drone over.
This place.
Yeah, I have no idea who lives there. It's
wow.
Oh, and Shooting Gallery and says, "Hey, easy with the mom's basement."
that hit too personal.
Yeah. He just finished moving into his mom's house.
Oh, well, my kids can always come back to mine. So moms are good. Moms are good. Like
yeah. I don't know. My daughter's in college. She's 19. I don't know.
Yeah, my husband would not agree with that statement, but
Yeah, once the kids are out of the house, we're gone. We're selling this house, we're selling my other house in Virginia, then we're going to the beach
Disney?
in Delaware.
No.
The house we bought, our retirement home.
Is that it? John, see that? I'm in Florida, and my wife, who's an incredible fitness nut, would not go for a 2-floor house. Like, we're renting a 3-floor townhouse, and she's like, no, I got to have a 1-floor. I'm sick of stairs. I'm like, stairs are great for your butt. It's good workout. And so I started calling it the death house because everybody gets a 1-floor house in Florida, so you don't have to go up and down stairs.
Retirement house.
I'm like, so we got to buy the death house? She's like, yes, we do. I'm like, all right, fine. Then she's like, I don't like this house anymore. I'm like, what? I didn't buy this house and then say, hey, honey, guess what? It's like you were there shopping with me. It's like, I don't like this house.
2AEDU is out there as well. Hi, 2AEDU.
Yeah, we get a lot of YouTubers watching us.
Yeah,
So
that's like 99% of our audience is like other YouTube channels. It's really weird.
So a left-handed P365 holster, no big deal.
Oh yeah,
you got that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what temperature does Kydex become formable? Wait, like what temperature do you heat it to?
We heat ours to it's right around 370, 375. Each
Fahrenheit?
Yeah. And each heat press, we use t-shirt presses, so the kind that you'd see t-shirts, sublimated on. And I just say it's kind of in that range because each one they're not all identical. So what we do is if we get a new press in, we'll heat it to where we think it's right and then crank it maybe 2 or 3 more degrees until it scorches a little. And then you just back it off one temperature. And then you're right in that. You want it to be very hot because then you get the best definition and the best, impression.
And you're vacuum forming, right?
Yes, we're vacuum forming. Mm-hmm.
So do you have like a whole bunch of holes drilled in the mold, or?
Our molds have, the aluminum. We actually, at our machine shop, we have just determined in each one of our molds exactly where we want the venting. And then the very top of our table, which is also aluminum, the center hole is where the vacuum comes through.
Okay.
And there's a little like mesh plate on that as well. So it lifts the mold up just a little bit. So you're getting airflow all the way underneath. You're getting it coming down the holes, and it's constant suction while we have the vacuum on. And then we have really thin black foam that we create a tent over, and then we drop a form around it. You can see this on Instagram. I show it all the time, but that gives the seal all the way around, and it creates a suction, within a second. So.
Okay. Do you have one that fits a Canic TP9 SFX?
We do. Yes, we do. We have that available inside the waistband right-handed and outside the waistband paddle only right now. That's a mold that we're expanding, but we're not yet in our full suite of that. So only available in right hand in those 2 options.
Oh, that's really cool. I am amazed that you grew your business so big.
I feel so blessed. Yeah, I never thought I'd have a holster business. And I think, I shouldn't say I think. What I love is the people that I get to connect with that are also as intimidated as I once was. I had no idea what a sweat guard was. And the company that I went online to order from, which I cannot remember his name. I wish I could remember who it was, but I remember I went on to order my Shield holster, and it asked, do I want a full, medium, or short sweat guard? And it froze me for 3 days because I didn't know what a sweat guard was. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I would want. I didn't know what if I get the wrong thing, and how do I know? And it's going to take him 4 months. What if I ordered wrong? And I'm so sorry, you guys.
It's all right.
It took me 3 days to ask enough people of what I would want for my sweat guard. And I felt very just crippled by that. So that's one question I do not have on our website. You don't have to know about the sweat guard. We got you covered on all those things. But my heart was then, how can I help other women who are so intimidated that they don't even want to go to a website, don't even know the right questions to ask. And that has totally grown, in the business as well. I mean, I think if I could just get out and teach people, I'd love that more than anything.
Okay. Do you basically man, I lost it. Okay, here it is. The Canic one you make, will that fit with an RMR?
Yes. On our website, you can request every holster to be made with an RMR. RMR, suppressor height sights. We can all the bottoms are open for threaded barrels, so we got those covered. And there's options on the website where you just make those selections. Most of our molds, the trim itself is already cut for RMR. Some of our older ones, we haven't yet, changed that process over, but there's only like 20. Either way, they get it because we just hand cut it. So.
Yeah, tell people what a sweat guard is, because I've gotten like 2 texts saying, "What the hell's a sweat guard?" But they're too embarrassed to ask in the chat.
Right? People won't see this if they just hear it.
Well, no, some people will see it. The people over there.
Okay.
The person that's asking will see it.
Okay. So the sweat guard is the back side of any holster, and it's the part that comes up higher. This is a Glock. And it's the part that comes up higher here. And the idea of it is that it protects the gun from sweat from your body. So it's a layer between your body and the gun. And it also kind of protects your skin from the serrations on a slide, from all of the sharp parts that you might feel, because some people do not want to feel the slide on their body. But there are people that say, I don't want a tall sweat guard. I want a medium sweat guard. I want a short sweat guard. So that's the height that they're, and I mean, this is all the distance that, they were talking about when I was buying mine, and it froze me forever. I had no idea what I wanted. So this is that we make all of ours full. And so it comes right below where the sights would sit on a gun. So it will never stick up higher than the slide, because you don't want it actually to just jab into.
Jabbing you.
Yeah,
Right.
That's one of the things I hate, when people put the sweat guards too high and it just like jab into your
I
head.
mean, it's I think holsters aren't like really comfortable. There are more comfortable ways of carrying, but really you're still sticking a metal object against your skin all day long and moving and sitting. And it's not like it's the most comfortable thing to wear, but we do everything that we can to make it be soft, smooth to the edges. We consider all of that when we're making it, so that, we can make it as comfortable as possible.
So Swamp Dog was asking about shoulder rigs.
We don't have shoulder rigs, but the next line of product that we are fully expanding in is going to be chest rigs. That kind of goes back to my Alaska roots. I have lots of people asking for them that are very close to me. And so
that would be...
Yeah, it's going to be, it would come around the side, and then like a 2-part harness that comes across, and it just, sits anywhere where it's comfortable on the chest. So
you're going to be using webbing for the back, or?
Nope, it's going to be Kydex front and back. And there is an excellent company that makes the chest rigs already. And they come with the prongs that any holster maker could attach it to. So we're just going to kind of change up our trim a little bit and use our molding that we already have. Fits perfect. Fits nice and snug. We were just testing it last week. So it'll be, it'll be after Christmas. We won't be launching anything new in this season because we're now in chaos. So, but that's going to be coming next.
Yeah.
How many full-time employees do you have?
So we have our holster builder is our supply company, and we operate both right here on the property. And right now we have 16 full-time employees.
Wow.
Both. Yeah.
Well,
so who handles? Oh,
sorry.
John,
one of the things that amazes me is the holster business seems to be cutthroat. Like there's hundreds of holster makers out there.
Mm-hmm.
How did you break through that with your company?
I don't feel like I have broken through. I'm still breaking through.
Yeah, but you've broken through a lot more than a lot of companies.
Yeah. I know that it takes a lot to grow something that feels like a hobby into a full-time business. I had the benefit, and I'll tell you, for very long, I would say for 5 years, I was the only female holster maker that there was. And honestly, people constantly would say, can I please talk to the owner of the company? Meaning somebody, not a woman. They would also say that I was just the face of the company. If you've ever looked at my Instagram, I'm in NASA t-shirts and leggings all the time with a ponytail. Like, you don't be the face of a company and look like you just came out of your mom's basement. So no, that's not it either, but it's interesting. So not that I had a different battle, but I feel like I worked for a very long time just to get seen. And there are so many holster makers out there that we're doing the same thing. I had the benefit of growing it while my husband had a full-time job. So it wasn't make it or break it. I could suck at it and not make money for a while. And I think that's probably where people have that pinch. It's hard to be growing something that you think is going to be good, and you still have to provide for your family. And so most holster makers are men. And anyways, so I'm stubborn, and I wasn't going to quit, and I was not going to let all the people that said you don't belong here be right. So here I am. I'm super duper stubborn, and I'm willing to grow, and I'm willing to change, and I'm willing to be wrong, and I'm willing to listen to my customers and listen to what people want, and apply all of that. So I still feel like I'm just hammering constantly to try to get in, because marketing, you can have a great product, but if nobody knows about your product, you just have a great product, So I think I would say that where we are today, our biggest challenge is any marketing that we try to put out there. We are considered violent or, dangerous goods. And so everywhere you turn now, Facebook, Instagram, today I woke up and my Pinterest ads, I don't even have access to them. They literally just locked me out. Wow. TikTok, I mean, everywhere. And all of these are free. So I use it as much as I can, but marketing's tough. So,
wow, I didn't, I'm thinking holsters. I'm like, yeah, that's not a controlled product, because that's what you see a lot of times. It's like sale of controlled items.
Yep. They say anything that promotes violence, anything that falls in the dangerous goods.
What about what promotes equality for somebody like my wife, who's 100 and change pounds, against a 200-pound guy coming at her? How about that?
Amen. Thank you. I want to say that all day long. I constantly argue when my ads are pulled down, because a lot of what we do, it may not even be an ad, but I'll be on there and I actually want to show people. I get asked all the time, can you show you drawing the gun from your holster? If I put an actual gun in, it depends on what platform it is, I will literally get pulled down. So now I'm like, I can take a banana. I can kind of put a banana in it, or I'm like trying to be so creative and educational at the same time. And I don't want to sound like a complainer, because it is free. These platforms are free and they're owned by somebody. They can make their own rules. But boy, is it tough. And they are looking for anything. And every account that I own is flagged at this point. So LinkedIn.
That's crazy.
Everyone's flagged. So everything I do now goes under review before it even goes live to the public. And so, yeah,
because technically, and I don't know how you're incorporated or your business is registered, but women are considered a minority, and you're considered a minority-owned business if you're, 51%, female or other minority-owned. I mean, you would think that everybody wants to support you.
Only when it speaks to the right narrative. Women are only that.
Good answer.
Yeah. Wow. And I don't want to play the minority card, but I'd play some card if it could actually get me something. And I'm just, but yeah, narrative doesn't translate across all lines. That just translates on the lines that they want them to. So,
use whatever. You use their rules against them. That's what I say.
And I'm an Alaskan, or born in Alaska. You want to not talk about rights for women in Alaskan? Now I'm not Alaskan native. I wish I was, because then I'd have all kinds of benefits. But there's a lot out there. But none of that, that doesn't fall into this. I'm not in the right category for that.
Yeah, I have a friend that owns a defense contracting company, and he pitted on his wife. Well, he's the president. His wife owns it because she's minority disabled and a woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's like, yep, you're owning it.
Yeah.
I know stories. buddy of mine, he's out in the KC area, and there was work being done on an airport, and they needed to have X% of the work done by minority corporations. And they finally found a company that could fit into it. And so they had to have basically 200 grand go to somebody of a minority owned business. So the guy does carting, he's going to cart the waste. He gave him a quote of like 120 grand. He's like, but would you do it for 200? He's like, yeah. That's how this crazy crap works.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I see Robert out there from behind the enemy lines in New Jersey. Chris Shoemake wants to know if you use blue guns.
Maybe he's asking if we can use blue guns in a video instead of real
blue guns.
Nope.
Right.
It looks
really.
Yeah. I mean, on certain platforms, TikTok, I have all but been banned from there, and I think that was one of my talk about a people group that are so hungry and very active. That is like the #1 app people are using right now.
Yep.
And it's interesting because it's not all consistent. Because I follow pages on there where they are just shooting there, and it's great.
Really? All right.
Oh yeah.
So let me. Here's what I've noticed with TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I tease Joe about the shooting gallery New England because I'm straight heterosexual. So, but Joe was like working the crap out of TikTok. He hit 10 grand, and that's like just when you're gonna get monetized. And boom, all of a sudden they're suspending him for a week. They're suspending him for another week. And I've noticed other YouTubers, not like I know a whole lot of YouTubers on TikTok, but as soon as they hit that 10 grand threshold, all of a sudden, all of the rules come out and limit their content.
Yeah, I did really, really, really well until I went to go see if I could actually do paid ads. I was doing great organically. And then I thought, well, let me try to run ads on here because that's when TikTok first started doing ads for businesses. And I went in, and part of their process is that you link your website URL. And so they had to verify that I was the business owner. And as soon as they saw the website, my page has been flagged since that moment. Today, I just tried to do a video that just shows our Christmas prints. I mean, just prints. It's like images of Kydex, and that thing has been under review for 18 hours.
It's because
that's crazy.
Because you made fun of Winnie the Pooh.
That has to be it. It definitely has to be it.
You know what that's referencing, right?
No, I don't. I've made a Winnie.
Have you ever seen the president of China?
Yes.
Oh.
He looks like damn Winnie the Pooh. I mean seriously, he does.
Yeah.
Presidency. I'm gonna pull up a picture.
Oh, gosh.
John's got to prove the point.
Yeah.
So let's see. I guess John posted your link. I don't see it is it in John's chat here? Yeah, it is. Okay.
It went to all the chats.
Yep.
Look, tell me this dude ain't Winnie the Pooh. I'm gonna pull him up right now.
I'm just looking at myself.
Hold on. Tell me that's not Winnie the Pooh.
There are some similarities, huh?
Hold on, let me find Winnie the Pooh. There got to be one with a like a
sounds like a dog with a bone. He gets caught on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm such a good investigative journalist, because
right. Where's the belt, John?
I'm disappointed in the house down the street, so I think you need to.
I'm gonna go knock on that door.
Yeah, I'm
swear to God, I will.
Make sure you put me in your will before you knock on that door.
Why do you get caught on camera? So they have to have a conversation with you. Like, you know how to get their attention.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. There you go.
Cuddly, just like Winnie the Pooh.
I got banned from the Chinese Reddit, the official Reddit of China, for calling him Winnie the Pooh.
Don't get me started on the whole China thing.
China.
I can't believe that companies will kick the United States government to the curb to kiss Chinese butt. That's just Unbelievable.
Oh, look at Mulan. They filmed it across the street from a concentration camp. And then they think that, then they thank the concentration camp in the credits.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't know that part.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like, thank you to blah, blah, blah. It's like, freaking concentration camp, are you saying?
Wow.
Well, that's where they got the help for the set, right? The extras.
Yeah.
The key grip. Wow. So Aegis Gun Care was in here, and he's saying the same thing. Now he does lubricant, which, let's see.
Oh my gosh, I am terrible.
You're popular.
I'm terrible at phones.
So the joke is we're calling it Joe Juice for Shooting Gallery New England.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
But Aegis is saying they have problems. I mean, they're just lubricant, lubricant and cleaner.
Yeah, but it's
which is
yeah.
There you go, guys. Read the headline, Rich.
Disney under fire from Mulan credits that thank Chinese groups linked to detention camps. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's where they got the extras. They're prisoners.
Oh.
I don't know how to make this stop. See, I can make holsters. I can't do the rest of the stuff.
Oh, the phone stuff. Now, I mean, 16 people, that's got to be a challenge just management-wise.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's, there we go. It's,
I got one employee.
It's very challenging, and it just continues to get more challenging because I don't know. I'm thinking about holsters less. And I realized, here's what I realized, that where I'm at now in my chapter of this company is that our crew takes excellent care of our customers. I mean, they're amazing. And I come to work and my job is to take care of my crew. So I am constantly, what can I do for you? How can I serve you so that you can serve the people that we, are creating these holsters for? So it's a different role. But all the systems are there now. We've made systems, our process, we fine tune all the things. We've got all the equipment that they need. The training is there. Their expertise surpasses mine in a lot of ways. I'm learning from my employees now. And so they're in place and they are doing so amazing. They are the ones making these holsters. I can't even remember the last time I assembled a holster. I have to go slow and remind myself. And so now I come and I'm of course building the company and building things to make sure that these people that we love have jobs. That I'm here for them. So
I have one part-time employee and I want to fire him.
It's oh gosh. I mean, it really says a lot about your boss,
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do the show without Rich.
Yeah,
that is the honest
thank you,
truth.
John.
He handles.
You could do it. It just sucked.
Well, he handles all the bookings to make sure that we have people.
Yeah, tracking down Jessica was a hard job.
Gosh, I'm so sorry. And happy birthday! I missed your birthday last week.
Yeah. Well, we both had issues.
Yeah,
so,
we did. Yeah.
But that's how it goes. I mean, it can be. I never realized how hard it was, just arranging guests on the show.
Yeah.
And it is a lot of work, and you don't want to rehash the same people all the time, even though they're a friend of yours or something like that. You want to change it up a bit. So it is, complex to make sure you keep interesting guests coming in.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me on your list of people. I'm honored.
Oh yeah, because I wrote up a list, and actually, I think I was talking to Joe, Shooting Gallery New England. He's like, "Oh yeah, Eclipse." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
I got to have them on.
That's awesome.
All right, everyone. The link is in the chat to Eclipse holsters. If you need a holster, go to Eclipse. That is not a sponsorship. That is just I've heard a lot of good things about it from Joe and stuff like that. We are done. I'm gonna go around and so we can all say goodbye. Flying Rich.
Let's see. So, flyingrich.com. I got a facelift because something might be happening.
Yeah,
and
we got bumped.
YouTube.com/flyingrich and Utreon.com/C/flyingrich. And Utreon, you can actually handle guns. You can shoot them live, the whole shooting match.
I got my little Uzi here. All right. And Rich, what channel do you want to
Let's see. Is there anybody here I can pimp their channel? I don't see anybody, but I will do Cajun Craftastrophe.
Kyle Rittenhouse, they were doing jury selection. There were several jurors that were dismissed because they were anti-gun, but that's all we know so far. All right, Jessica, go ahead. Eclipse holsters, it's in the link. I'll put it one more time so it goes out to everywhere.
Yes.
Tell us where else they can find you.
Oh, you can find us. Well, eclipseholsters.com is our website. We are on all social media platforms that still allow us. You can watch every step of our process, watch us make a holster. It's pretty fascinating, I think. We have the most incredible customer service. So if this is your first time learning about us and you have questions, just email us info@eclipseholsters.com, and that's also on our website. We are here to answer questions and serve you, and we would be blessed to have your business. And if you want to talk about us, please do, because every place else we're getting banned. So we appreciate the word of mouth.
Okay, I want to shout out Guns and Barbecue.
Yum.
It's a great channel. They do some really cool stuff. For Guns and Barbecue, go ahead and check those guys out. Once again, my name is John Crump. We are sponsored by JSD Supply. JSD Supply makes some really awesome stuff, and that's kind of like the slide I got Rich for his birthday. Is actually a Patmo slide. We get Dark from DLD After Dark and we put together resources. I got him the slide and we got him the slide, the kit, everything to build a Glock 26 size P80.
Do I have to stop by your house to pick it up?
No, I'm just waiting to get the stuff from Dark so we can ship it all together.
Well, thanks again, guys. I do really appreciate that.
Yep. And if you look what we do here, you can go to patreon.com/John Crump, or you can just click the join button below. That is it for today. Tomorrow we will be back. 2 episodes tomorrow. We have our regular episode of 5, and then we have an election special on Virginia. And Jessica, did you vote yet?
Tomorrow, all my crew's getting paid to leave the shop and vote. But
wow, good for you.
Vote for the good guys, the pro-gun guys.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I will say don't vote for McAuliffe, Layla, whatever his name is, or Herring. But I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm just saying, I'm going to tell you who not to vote for.
I cannot believe this.
All right, hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second, Jessica. I'll be right back. And that is it for today. And remember,